What are index cards? It's really simple. They're a set of cards on which you write the main beats of your screenplay. When all of your beats are written down, you can lay them out either on a corkboard or on the floor, anywhere where you can get a bird's eye view of the entire structure of your screenplay. Once you have your screenplay organized in this manner, you can rearrange those cards to try out different rhythms for the same story. Some writers use index cards to help them outline a screenplay. I prefer to use index cards after I have written draft 0 of the screenplay to help me with the revision process. Index cards help me visualize the rhythms of the story, get a sense for the flow, and see if there are any points which are slowing down the rhythm of the narrative. You don't need a set of fancy index cards to carry out this exercise. I use post-it notes. And you could even use digital index cards if that's what you prefer. There are two things to keep in mind before you start this exercise. Have index cards in multiple colors. I'll explain why in a moment. Make sure that the beat you are writing down is specific and concise. The kiss under the northern lights is better than romantic moment. Here are 3 ways in which I use index cards to evaluate a script based upon the needs of the project. To outline character arcs in an ensemble piece. Do you have a script that features many characters? Assign each character one color from your card deck. Now map out that character's scenes from start to finish. Having the color-coded cards for each character allows you to get a sense of how much screen time each character might get. The chances of getting a significant actor to play a part in your project are greatly increased if they believe that their role will be meaty enough. You can decide whether a character who has a lighter screen load needs to be augmented in some way or should be deleted from the script completely. Once you have deleted a character, if it turns out that it makes no difference to the narrative at all, you have already done the production a favor because they have not wasted time and money shooting scenes that would probably have not made it into the final cut. Another way to plan your rewrites is by checking the balance of action sequences within your screenplay. I break my story down with a separate color just for the action sequences. This way, I get a sense of the pace of the film. If the characters are loud and things go boom all the time, I find myself getting bored because wall-to-wall chaos is just another form of monotony. I also use index cards to run the all-important emotion pass. I have become increasingly aware that a story is most successful when it makes the audience feel something. The stronger the feeling, the more likely it is that the story is going to be memorable. And this is definitely something we need when we're trying to get readers to recommend our scripts to their bosses. With that in mind, I use index cards to map out the emotions in my screenplay. For this, I need 3 colors. One for the ups, one for the downs, and one for the neutral. When I'm working on this particular rewrite, I try and ensure that my reader is going to experience a variety of emotions throughout the screenplay. Allowing a story to settle in an unchanging pattern for too long is dangerous because it could lead to a loss of interest. I call this the cell phone test. While watching a movie or a show, can you tell when someone is going to reach for their phone instead of paying attention to what is happening on screen? This exact moment in screenplay form is even more dangerous. If you are not keeping them engaged, there is a very good chance they are not going to finish your script, which means that it's not going to get recommended to their bosses. So these are the 3 ways in which I use index cards in my screenwriting process. Jayesh, I hope I answered your question about index cards. If you have a question about screenwriting, or a topic you'd like us to tackle in an upcoming video, let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe because that really helps this channel out. And in the meantime, I hope you're working on something awesome.